Underdogs Nation, baby! We are back. It is Media Day here on Sportswire Radio, and I could not think of a better way than to kick off our basketball season, our professional basketball season, than speaking about one of our favorite teams with one of our favorite players. Listen, Kobe Bryant has nothing on him. Kyrie, forget about Kyrie. We got the guy here that can replace him and some Durant. You need some help. This is the guy. He's one of our favorites. He's been here multiple times. Let's introduce him. So, without further ado here on the Sports Report, the number one level sports show, pro basketball star, the greatest player in Underdogs history for the AVA. He is the franchise. His name is Christian Butler. My friend, welcome back.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, obviously, how are you doing? Season 4 with the Underdogs. Where does the time go?
I don't know.
Well, you're going to help us here find out. So, obviously, we know you guys are busy. Obviously, we're going to get to speak to a number of guys here over the next 45 minutes to an hour or so. So, set the tables for us on what does it mean to be back for another season?
It's a grind. It's a grind. It's like a way of life. So, it's a lifestyle. I'm here.
Well, you're definitely here and some, and we're happy to have you. I mean, what's it like to be back with Coach D yet again? I mean, I almost feel like you and Coach D, you're almost like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. You guys are like Michael and Phil and Kobe. I mean, fill in the blanks. I mean, I guess Lou Alcindor and John Wooden. I mean, it's just a who's who of when I think of great basketball combos, coach and player. And so for those that are listening and watching and hearing you for the first time on Sportswire Radio, talk to me about being back with Coach D again. What does that mean?
It means a lot. It's my guy. So, if he needs me, I'm here.
So what are the goals then for this season? Obviously, individually, we've seen the success. Obviously, we've seen all the milestones, the 50-plus point games. We've recapped all that stuff. But, I mean, when it comes to the season, I mean, what are the goals for you?
To get through the season healthy, to win games, and ultimately try to compete for a championship. That's the goal.
So what are you doing differently, you think, this year than prior years when we had you on?
Me personally?
Yeah. We've had you on like several times. That's why I'm asking you. The other guys, when they come on next, it's the first time I'm going to speak with them. But I've gotten to know you. I've watched you play. I've covered you. I mean, so what do you think you do differently going into this season that you didn't do to get to those goals?
I think I have more patience.
Is that because you've learned more as a professional than, let's say, prior years where you were, still working your way up?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Here,
you got to realize some of the younger players are very eager. They're very eager.
Do you feel okay? So let me ask you then this question: since you are the franchise, we said all those things about you, but I mean, are they coming to you for advice? Do you feel that on your own you're going about and using your experience as a pro to kind of help guide these guys?
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
Now, and I got to ask, on a side point, how exciting is it to be able to have international players that Coach D has recruited? I mean, what's that like? Are you speaking different languages now?
I speak a little Spanish, a little poquito.
Why am I not surprised? Knowing you, Christian Butler, why am I not surprised? And we're on Sportswire Radio here with pro basketball star Christian Butler, of course. You can follow Christian Butler on Instagram at ChristianButler8. We are a part of New York Harlem Underdogs Media Day here on Sportswire Radio. Please continue to follow the Underdogs. If you haven't yet already on Instagram, do so by going to Underdogs ABA. And we are here with the entire team. We thank Coach D, as always, for the opportunity. We know that, Christian, you're a very busy guy, but I want to ask you then, in terms of, for this season, how important is it for you to be back with the Underdogs? How important was it?
That's a tough question.
You know I'm going to give you tough questions. You know that at this point.
It was important. So it's the same as breathing. So I need to breathe. I need to play.
What does it mean to you then to be a professional player yet again?
It means a lot. It's you put the time in, you put the work in, the reps, working out, shooting, training. Just to get on the court for 48 minutes and perform. So
For the very quickly, for those that are watching and listening to you for the first time, because we're on a whole bunch of different platforms since we first spoke with you, whether it's Facebook, YouTube,
mhm.
LinkedIn, anywhere else. I mean, tell us how you got to where you are being a pro basketball star.
Oh, a lot of work, trial and error, a lot of pain, a lot of shots, a lot of running, weights, the usual.
I want to ask you this question. We have a coach that was just finished his career playing college basketball in the brute force Brad Weiss, who's making his way up the basketball world. And what's your advice to anybody who's trying to go into the same journey or same field you are? What's your advice?
Don't quit.
All
Don't
right.
quit. Tunnel vision. That's it. Don't quit. That's what
All right.
I think. That's the main thing to tell somebody. Don't quit.
All right. Well, I think that's the best advice I think I've heard anybody say. And give me then anything you want to share about Coach D. Well, before we get somebody else on from the team, anything you want to share that we don't know about Coach D, or anything that we've heard differently maybe from prior shows with you.
He's a good guy.
Okay, well, that was like the most political answer. We are in the political season right now. You had the most political answer. That's why you are the franchise. That's why we love you. And give me a moment or two that stands out most in your career so far for those that are listening and watching you for the first time.
A moment.
Yeah.
I guess the first time I suited up. And I would say the 50-point game, but
That was a big deal. When we covered that, that was a big deal.
I'm still upset about that because we lost.
I know. Well,
So
we
I'm
had
mad.
you on right after that. I know. I know. That was still disappointing. I know.
It would either be that or the first time we got ranked. So
That was a good one. That was a good team one. Let me ask you this question before I move to somebody, because obviously Coach wants us to speak to a number of your teammates. But when I look at your Instagram page and I see all these views of all your clips, all your footage, we're talking in the 5-figure range, right? We're talking big amount of views, right? I mean, I only get hundreds of views. You're getting thousands and thousands of views. What does that mean to you when people from all over the world watch you and see what you bring to the table and see what you accomplish? What does that mean to you? I mean, it has to mean something.
it means a lot. I guess they like what they see.
I can see why.
I put a lot of time into my game. I put a lot of detail. So I guess they.
I know that. I know that.
Yeah. So
So let me ask you then this question before I move on to somebody else. I want to ask you this last question. So, what do you want to say to anybody that's watching and listening to help and support the underdogs and you guys and everything you're about to go through this season?
um, hmm. Come support. Support is free. Support is free. You don't have to give us a dime. You could just repost us. Put the word out there. Any type of help is appreciated.
Okay. And let me ask you then this last question, because obviously we have to speak with a number of your teammates here, and obviously we want to get to everybody.
You don't have to speak to them. They can go over there and go sit down.
Well, listen, Coach D is in my ear telling me. I understand. I could speak to you for hours. I could speak to you for hours. But Coach will cut me off access to the team. So, I mean, we are live here. And I don't want to get on Coach's bad side because Coach happens to like me. So, I want to be able to at least have a few friends these days in the world. But let me ask you then this last question and closing thoughts. Anything you want to plug, share, say? Obviously, we're getting ready for the season coming up here very shortly. November 13th, by the way, is when the season kicks off. So, we're pretty much just about a little over a week or so. So, I'm going to give you the floor. Anything you want to plug, share, say with us, and the floor is yours.
No, I don't really want to. Just come support us. We got a young, gritty group, and we're ready to get after it. And prove ourselves. That's about it. We ready to win some games. There's
All
no.
right. Well, by the way, last thing, I like the look with the
Yeah, I got a little,
facial hair.
little bit going on, little something.
I like it. I
Uh,
like it. I think you should keep
I'm not
it.
keeping it for too long. I'm not keeping it for too.
Well, I would say, and I get stopped all
I
the
give it
time.
2-3 games and it's getting cut off.
Well,
You know?
well, keep it for now. Don't
Yeah.
grow it as long as I did. Just make sure whatever you do, keep it what you're doing. We
You look,
love you.
you look
Everybody
good
can
too.
follow you,
You look
Christian
good.
Butler 8 on Instagram, and we're gonna move on. So, Coach, if you want to bring in some other of Christian's teammates, we're happy to speak with them now here on Sportswire Radio. So
Thank
we're
you,
ready
Bob.
when. All right, we'll move on with that. So we're gonna let you go, and we're gonna go on to a whole bunch of boy. This is gonna get interesting here on Sportswire Radio. So we got here for a few minutes. We have Nigel Williams. We've got we have Fred and Jaden. They are here. They are the superstars of our New York Harlem Underdogs. The boys are getting ready here in action. Coming up on November the 13th, Nigel Williams. We also have here Fred, Jaden, and also Ross. I don't think Ross Williams. So, guys, I mean, let me give you the proper intro because it is media day. Let's see if my voice is left. So, without further ado, here on the Sports Report, the number one global sports show, pro basketball stars here from our New York Harlem Underdogs. That is Nigel Williams, Ross Williams, Jaden, and Fred. Guys, how are you?
We're doing good. We're doing great. Feeling good. Happy here.
All right, so for those that are watching and listening, let's go one by one here very quickly. Introduce yourselves and tell us how you got here. So I'll go with Nigel Williams Jr. first, and Nigel set the tables for us on how you got here and this journey playing with our underdogs.
Yeah, Nigel Williams.
You got to put your mic up because we can't hear you.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go. That a boy.
Nigel Williams Jr., point guard for the Underdogs. I played for the Underdogs in year 2. Then
You did. I remember that. Yes, in the COVID year. Yep.
yeah, during COVID year, and went out to Atlanta and came back for year 4. We ready. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you look ready, and you certainly look like you're ready to kick some butt. So, Fred, I mean, nice to meet you. Haven't seen you here before, and for those that are listening and watching, tell us your name, your background, and how you got here.
Yeah, so my name is Fred Cadet. My first year as rookie here for the Underdogs. I actually came across Harlem Underdogs through Instagram. I seen them posting about the tryout. And I said, why not just give it a shot and see what I could get out of it and see if I can make the team. And here we are today. So I do have an extensive basketball background. I played in high school, played in college. Played in the ABA about 5 years ago, and I also played in another semi-pro league about 3 years ago. So it took some time.
You know, like I've watched you play before. For whatever reason, you do look like familiar. I don't know why, but you definitely look like you're familiar. Because I do cover a lot of college and high school basketball here on Sportswire Radio, so I definitely feel like I've probably seen you somewhere. And I'm happy to have you here now. And Jaden, my friend, obviously come in here with us and give us your story, how you got here, and nice to be with you here.
How you doing? Thank you for having me. That was my first year, my rookie year, as an underdog point guard. I've been with Coach D and the Underdogs throughout the summertime. It was a wonderful experience, but now we're here. It's a day I've dreamed of for a very long time. I put in a lot of hard work and made a lot of sacrifices to be here, and ready to go.
And we can't wait to have you here for sure. And congratulations on being here. And Ross, my friend, introduce yourself. Tell us your story and how you got here.
Yeah, hey, my name is Ross Williams. I was actually invited to an open gym here, and it was like a lot of the players, and I was just going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So scoring a lot. Coach G liked me, so he was like, "Yo, come due to the program." So then since then, I've been hooping with the team. I've been here all summer, and I'm excited for the season.
And we're excited to have you here for sure. And congratulations to all you guys on being here. And Nigel, let me ask you this question. What does it mean to you to be back with the Underdogs? You got to put your mic back.
It feels great, just being a part of the atmosphere again. When I first started, he gave me a chance during COVID year, um, and even just leaving, having the opportunity to play in Atlanta was a great opportunity. After the season, he reached back out to me. We had a long talk for like the past 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna come back, and came back open arms, ready to work. The guys around me, we all ready to work. We got the same mindset, same page on everything. We got one goal, to just try to make a strong impact in the Northeast, and just apply pressure.
I think that we're going to definitely apply some pressure. For you, Fred, I mean, talk to me then on what it means to you to be a part of the Underdogs here coming up.
Well, it definitely means a lot. It's definitely a blessing to be here with the guys and everything like that because I was unknown coming in. Like I said, I found out about this through Instagram. I paid my $75 to try out. And the funny backstory is that after the first day of tryouts, I was actually cut from the team.
Well, tell us about that. What happened? I want to know. I think we all want to know.
I don't know. I was actually, my name just wasn't on the training camp roster. So I reached out to Coach D and I just try to, just ask him, why was that the case and, what I could do to get better. And then when I sent him that message, he just told me to come back, come back and just, he wanted to take another look at me. And then when I got that second chance, from there he just selected me to be on the preseason roster. And then the rest was history.
Well, we're glad to have you. I'm glad that Coach D certainly gave you a second look. And we're also joined here, I believe it's Chris here from the Underdogs. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Sorry?
I talking about Chris.
What is that?
Is that Chris we're joined with? The coach who I have here, somebody joined in on the Underdogs page here. Who am I speaking with here from the Underdogs?
This is Chris Cespedes.
That's what I was asking. How you doing, Chris Cespedes? Obviously, hopefully you give us more power than Yoenis Cespedes did in his final days as a New York Met. And great to be with you, Chris. And tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got here with the Underdogs.
I'm from Brooklyn. Actually, my friend referred me somebody that tried out in the past. He didn't make the team, but he was like, "Yo, bro, you can actually make this team," and that's how I got here.
What does it mean to you then to be an underdog right now?
It's like everything is unexpected right now. Like I'm still learning everything, so I can't really answer that. I can't really answer that question in like full like context, but like it feels great so far. Feels great.
Well, it feels great to have you. I'm glad that you joined us, and hopefully you join us similar to the way that Yoenis Cespedes did for the 2015 New York Mets and took them to a World
I'm
Series.
a Yankees fan. That's the crazy thing.
All right, well, listen, I'm glad you're a Yankees fan, so certainly you'll certainly do that. You'll be like Aaron Judge for us then this year. How about that?
I hope so.
Now, I have a good feeling. Ross, my friend, I have to ask you in terms of what does it mean to you to be an underdog?
What does it mean to me?
Yeah, Ross. Well, I want to ask Ross the question. I just asked you.
Okay.
It means a lot, honestly. One thing I'll say I love about this team is the culture. Everyone work hard. It's like, and we kind of like bond together. We work hard to good team on the court, but also off the court. So it means a lot that this team embodies a lot of own personal values. I'm excited to play on this team.
And we're excited to have you. And of course, anybody that's listening and watching, you can follow the New York Harlem Underdogs on Instagram at UnderdogsABA. And Jaden, also good to be back with you. And I have to ask, what does it mean for you, Jaden, to be an underdog? And you want to turn your mic on.
What it means to be an underdog is, it takes a lot of passion and desire to get what you want in life, for real. If you ever feel like, quitting or giving up and stuff like that, like keep going, because I started off slow, but I had to get back on the right track, with the help of my teammates. And, I can feel the energy here and being an underdog and stuff like that. It takes a lot of pride to really put the jersey on to an underdog.
Certainly fair points here. And Nigel, let me ask you, what's that? Nigel, let me ask you then this question here, and if the other guys can put on mute, which is good. Nigel, talk to me then about Coach D, being back with Coach D again, and what that means to you.
It means a lot. Like I said, when I first went to practice with him in Jersey, he saw something in me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was extremely hungry, and he was like, if you could come back to the second practice 5 pounds lower, then I know you could serious, and I took it serious. And once he realized like how serious I was and how like dedicated I really am to the basketball and how to make the team better in some sort, whatever system that he had provided for us at the time, I was there for it, and ever since then we've been rocking, we've been cool ever since, and phenomenal coach, you know what I'm saying? Like he wants us to learn, he teaches life lessons, he wants us to grow in all aspects of life, so that's one thing I like about that.
And you might want to ask him, what was it like being a big time movie star? What was it like being in the cinema world and such? I'm sure he probably doesn't appreciate me saying that, but he is a big star apparently out there, and you can figure that out by doing a Google search. But be that as it may, enough about that. Fred, I've got to ask you. Obviously, you shared a little bit about Coach D, but talk to me about what's it like being around Coach D and being coached by him.
It's a wonderful feeling because I can tell he's really passionate about the game and he's very focused on helping the team get better. So the way he energizes us and boosts us up in practice and cheers us on, it just boosts our confidence out there. So we're definitely I feel like we're working towards being a cohesive unit on the progress. I definitely see that every day. And what I like about Coach D is that he put a group of guys together that doesn't have any ego, and we're just focused on one mission, which is to win. And no matter what we have to do, we'll do that. So there's not one person who's focused on scoring like 40 points. It's just about winning. So we're all a cohesive unit, and that's what I love about coach and the organization. And I can honestly say he gives everyone an equal opportunity, and there's no favoritism. So that's what I really love about the organization.
Absolutely, no question about that. That is also why we love Coach D here. And Chris, I got to ask you then, what's it like being coached by Coach D? Chris, you might want to put your microphone on. There you go.
Yes, it's been great so far. It's been great so far. Defensively, I got way better than I was. Mentally, I got better. Physically, I got better. My IQ has gone up. It's been great so far.
Fair enough. And for you, Ross, I mean, talk to me about Coach D and what's it like being coached by him.
Yeah, I would agree. He definitely helped my game. He pushes me to work on shooting. But even from a team perspective, I feel like he's helping all of us grow to be better hoopers and just better people. Like one of the things he always will say is strong beats weak and smart beats strong. So he's pushing us to not just be good basketball players, but to be smart basketball players, which to me is very inspirational.
I could not agree with you more. And Jaden, give us your thoughts on what's it like being with Coach D.
I love working with Coach D, man. I love it. I love it a lot. Since the summertime, I've been saying that Coach D is my biggest hater. He like I could do the most unbelievable move, and he'll be like, "Yeah, that was decent." But that's because he knows that I'm capable of doing better. I can do better and stuff like that. And I like that the way how he pushes each and every single one of us to be the best that we can be, no matter if we have a highlight play or not. Still gonna continue to push us.
Well, I know one thing, guys. I don't want to get on Coach D's bad side. It's one thing I've learned here in the 2 years I've gotten to know Coach D. Do not get on his bad side. Certainly, there may be other players, maybe other coaches you want to, but Coach D is definitely one of those guys here. But I want to come back to Nigel, and I want to ask you that. And what are your goals here for the team this season? What's the end game?
To win, you got to get a ring. I want to be above 500. Want to make my
Yeah,
teammates
please have a
better.
New York team win for us in basketball. Seriously, we need
No,
a New
for real.
York team to win.
Not for real. You know what I'm saying? And we got the pieces. You know what I'm saying? We got a strong vet. We got some great supporting cast around us. So like we all hungry, we ready to go. I just feel like above 500 is the goal. Further down the playoff stretch, but it starts with practice. You know what I'm saying? We just got to get to it every day in practice, every day outside of practice. We come hungry every game. Come out swinging every time.
I think you guys definitely will. And for you, Fred, my friend, talk to me about goals for the season and what we can expect on them. Fred. Oh, we lost you, Fitz. You know what? We'll come back to you. There's Fred. There you go. Fred.
Yes. So,
Hi, Fred.
hey, I'm sorry about that bad connection. But no, as far as our goal is mainly to get at least 1% better every day. 1%
That's
better,
a good one. That's a good one.
and once we look up, we'll be where we want to be as far as being champions, and also just being one cohesive unit, is working together and just getting these wins. Okay.
And if Ross is next year, I'll ask him the same question.
Yeah, I agree 100% from an individual level, and I think all of my teammates can attest to this. We're just trying to be stars in our role, like play to our best ability, whatever role Coach D gives us. But aside from that, we're trying to win. We're trying to go the whole way. And I know we have a tough start of the season, so we're trying to win all those games as well.
I got a good feeling about that. And Chris, I like you for some reason. Something tells me you got a twinkle in your eye there, and you got some star power to us here, Chris. And so, talk to me then about what are your goals here for the team coming up here this season?
Our goals, we trying to go to the top. Like we trying to get to a point. We trying to get to a point where everybody just wants us. Like right now, I feel like people are kind of overseeing us since we're not ranked. But it's gonna be totally. We want it to be totally different at the end. We're gonna
Let me
see who
tell you
get the
something.
last
Let
laugh
me
at the
tell
end
you
of the
something.
season.
Listen, guys, I'm going to tell you something. Rankings, polls, what I've learned, whether it's politics, whether it's sports, they don't mean jack squat. You guys go out there and kick some butt. It'll all come. It'll all fall, and it'll all even itself out. So I'm going
Right,
to ask
right,
you,
right. But that's extra motivation to that's extra motivation to kick some butt. You know what I mean?
oh, and we are going to kick some butt. Like I said, let your hearts not be troubled. Don't worry about the rankings. Don't worry about the polls.
Oh yeah, we
Don't worry
definitely not
about
worried
what
about
the
it.
haters say. They
Yeah,
don't
we're
know
not worried about
nothing.
it.
When they watch you guys on the court start November the 13th, we are going to kick some butt. We are going to take the ABA by storm.
Tune
Jaden,
in,
my friend, I'm going to ask you the
tune
same
in.
question, Jaden, whenever you are ready for us, Jaden. There you go, Jaden. Same question, Jaden. What are your goals?
My goals, I'm trying to win with my teammates. I'm trying to get a ring with my teammates. Like Chris just said, we not ranked, so we coming in hot with this season. We have a lot of people doubting us because we not in the rankings and stuff like that, but we don't care about none of that. I'm trying to win with my brothers. As far as accolades and stuff like that, those will come when we put the work in. You
And the
know.
work will definitely come. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, please go continue to follow the Underdogs on Instagram at UnderdogsABA. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. I am the station manager of Sportswire Radio. And if you like what you hear from us on Sportswire Radio, give us a like on Facebook at Sportswire Radio. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can listen to all of our great content on sportnarium.com/player. Also follow us on Instagram at the Sports Report 2021. And we are here with Nigel Williams, Chris Cespedes, Ross Williams, also Jaden, and I think we still have him here somewhere in the background, Fred, of the New York Harlem Underdogs, as the boys are getting ready to kick off the season starting November the 13th, which, if my math is correct, that is next Sunday. So definitely make sure you get ready, find a chair, buy the ticket package, whatever it is, get there. Go watch the boys. We have always been supporters of the team here on Sportswire Radio, and I am very happy to have the guys back on here. So, Nigel, I want to ask you then this question. Give me a funny Coach D story or anything funny Coach D related.
Funny Coach D story. Man. Let me go back. All right. Yeah. So I remember trying out for the Underdogs the very first time, and what he normally liked to do. I don't know if the rookies could agree, but like he'll go up to you and be like, "Yo, that guy's in your way. Are you gonna do something about it? Like that person is in your way. What are you gonna do about it?" and he's kind of like mentally mind like messing with you, but it's all like for a good cause. And like at first, I'm like, you know what, he is in my head. Like, and then like, I kind of like took it personal, like, and I was like going at him on the court like hard. And he was like, yeah, you see that's how you got to do it. Like, and I realized like how characteristic he is. Like, he's very energetic. He's really passionate about the game of basketball, and that right there, like that will always be like a memory for me, like for sure, like off of first meeting. So for a first impression, it was kind of like, oh, okay, I don't know, but now it's like, all right, it was cool. So yeah, I think that would be a good moment for me.
Jaden, give me a funny Coach D story. I'll get to the rest of the guys. Then I'm being summoned by Coach. We got to get to closing thoughts. So, Jaden, give me a funny Coach D story for us.
Um, a, a funny Coach D story was when I think it was after practice, and I was getting up extra shots, and then Coach D came along. I was missing a few of them. When Coach D came along, he was just like, let me get some shots up. He wasn't missing. I think he was like, there's no way I'm this old and I don't even hoop and I could knock down these shots better than you. I was like, hey man, that's why I'm here after hours trying to get this working so I can be just like you.
Well, we all want to be like Coach D. When I grow up, I want to be like Coach D, but that's a different story at a different time. But maybe that's why I'll have hopefully more success in life. But Chris, you got to give me a funny Coach D story.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't know him long enough like that to give you a funny story, but
Give me anything. Just give me anything. Give me an antidote.
Oh yeah,
One
all right.
antidote. That's
All
all.
right, so I'm gonna tell him. Oh yeah, Ross, I'm gonna tell him the story when he got me tight when we was going against each other. So he was like, yo, hey, he's like, yo, coach tells me in my ear, he's like, yo, this guy, this guy's over you right now, and that put like some crazy amount of competitiveness in me. So I started going at it. I started talking a lot. But yeah, like back to what Nigel was saying, um, coach can put a crazy amount of competitiveness by just what he's saying. He could say one thing and I could just give you a drive. So that's one of my
Yeah,
stories right
what
there.
I've learned about Coach D is that Coach D definitely has drive and determination. And I always say this before I get to Ross and Fred there very quickly. Listen, Mike Krzyzewski, Jim Calhoun. Listen, none of these guys have nothing on Coach D. You want to throw in, listen, Greg Popovich has nothing on him. Listen, certainly we know Steve Nash has definitely nothing on him. Certainly Tom Thibodeau, same. We go, listen, I can go a list of coaches, listen, Eric Spoelstra, you name them all. But Ross and Fred, give me a funny Coach D story or an antidote before I get to closing thoughts.
Yeah, I'll say after practice when we retire, we got a day off. Coach D's always joking, telling us to get a special massage. And says that. Yeah.
Well, is it anything like we can say on Sportswire? I think because I hear massage automatically, I think different things. So hopefully it was a good massage, right? Like a legal massage.
No, some of the funny stuff Coach D does is like when we're messing up on drills, or sometimes if we come up to a slow start, he stops everybody, then just it's like, come on, man, you guys are pros, and you're not acting like it. When I go to the Westchester Knicks practice, they don't practice like this. They hustle. They don't joke. They don't say anything. They just get straight to it. So he always compares us to like a G League team, or just having us move like pros. Basically.
Well, you guys are pros, though. Seriously, you guys are pros. I mean, you realize you guys are in the 1% of like the world, right? You guys are like actually like a lot better than most players I know. I mean, listen, I'd be lucky if I played well enough at the schoolyard, let alone you guys are the 1%. You guys literally are the 1%. So, yes, you are pros. Yes, Coach D is absolutely right. And that's why we know that you guys are going to have a bang out season. We cannot wait for November the 13th. But I know that Coach D is yelling at me on Instagram. You guys have to go get ready for other things here for Media Day. It's closing out. So I'm going to get to closing thoughts here on Sportswire Radio. And Nigel, I want to give you the floor, give you some closing thoughts, any social medias you want to share. And I can't thank you enough for this opportunity, and I hope to speak with you during the season.
I really appreciate you, definitely for having us here. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at the Jello Show _ TheJello Show _ a lot of basketball content, a lot of positive vibes, a lot of great insights on my life. We're ready for the season. I can't wait. Once again, appreciate you for having us here. I'm actually going to take off as soon as I finish. But once again, my teammates got my back. And, I appreciate y'all, man. I
Yeah, you
appreciate
guys are busy people, so go do what you got to do, Nigel. I speak with professional people from all the world. Thank you for the opportunity. Just followed you on Instagram. Jaden, I want to give you
appreciate
the
you.
floor and anything you want to share, anything you want to plug, and I can't thank you enough for this opportunity.
Hey man, first of all, I want to start by saying thank you for having me. We're gonna do what we gotta do this season. Y'all go get y'all tickets and come support the underdogs. If
Yes,
y'all want to
this year I'm
follow,
going to show up because last year, little known thing, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. Last year was all the COVID mandates and all showing proof of COVID cards.
yeah.
There's none of that now. I'll be there at some point in the season, so we don't have to worry about that.
Alrighty, if y'all want to follow me on anything, it's at jellyfam _J4. Other than that, underdog signing out.
All right, thank you, Jaden. We look forward to speaking with you during the season. And Chris, I want to give you the floor and anything you want to plug, share, say. And I can't thank you enough for this opportunity.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's been great so far. You could my IG handle is chriscep.4. That's my only social media link right now. Yeah, it's been great. Time to get to working.
We definitely are going to do that. Thank you, Chris, for the opportunity. And we'll go with Fred and Ross. Give us some final thoughts here. Anything you want to plug, share, say. And thank you guys for the opportunity.
I'm gonna just say thank you to Coach D, thank you to you, thank you to the organization, and you can follow me on IG at ny_alpha_, and yeah, that's all. Thank you.
All right, and certainly, Fred. Last but not least, I want to give you the floor and anything that you want to share. And floor is yours, my friend.
Absolutely. I want to say it's definitely a pleasure. Definitely a pleasure being on your platform. Thank you so much for having me. And thank Coach D for having me part of this wonderful organization. Definitely looking forward to the future and what's to come. Can't wait to see the progress moving forward. As far as my social media handles, I'm on Instagram. You can follow me at financially_Fred. And also you can add me on Facebook at Fred Cadet.
Oh, we'll definitely make sure we add that. You do sound like you're financially sound. You do like maybe you could give us some advice on the stock market and stuff. I will say that. But thank you for as always, my friend. I'll make sure to follow you and all that stuff, and we'll let you go. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in to New York Harlem Underdogs coverage. You can follow the team one more time at Underdogs ABA. The season will start on November the 13th next Sunday. Thank you to Coach D. I am the host of the Sports Report, the station manager of Sportswire Radio, the Reverend Tom Bryce. You're listening to Underdogs Media Day. Thank you, everybody.